Carver, Washington. And he says, if you love anything enough, it will speak to you. And I imagine many of us feel called to the ways that nature speaks to us. That's why we're here in this community. So I want to share a story of feeling very touched by the love that I have when I'm in nature from this past week. I have been spending a lot of time up in the Sierra Nevadas over the past month, and there's a huge amount of snow, which is really unfamiliar for me. I grew up in the deep south. So I bring beginner's mind to my experience frequently of look how deep this is and look how cold it is. And so the freshness of the way that I walk through the paths is really remarkable for me because I'm noticing so many new things and new experiences. This past week, I went on a hike through the woods. The ground was completely covered with snow. The sun was absolutely brilliant. And I just noticed the beautiful curves of the snow that had blanketed the edges of the forest and the deep piles of snow everywhere. And all of the tall evergreens were completely covered, heavy branches of snow. And as I walked, I noticed that the sun was beginning to warm the snow and that the snow was beginning to fall in big clumps, big, heavy clumps from the branches. And at a certain point, I was coming around a bend, and suddenly a big clump melted off of one of the branches. But in the melting and in the falling, suddenly there was a shower of diamonds. It was the snowflakes that were catching the sun and floating away in the breeze. And in that instant, I left my experience of me being in the snow, watching the sun melt from the branches, but rather transported to this incredible experience of watching diamonds filter from the branches. And I just felt my heart burst open. And I know each of you have had experiences like this of profound awe and how the simple beauty of what is being revealed when we are in nature can completely transform our experience. And that's a deep gift to remember how our hearts can break free and be open when we're outside. And I love the simplicity of that love, how we can remember it's the simplest things that can break our hearts open, and how we can remember the simplest, most easeful parts of ourselves in that love. So I want to share a poem with you. It's called Instructions, and the author is Sherry Hostetler. Give up the world, give up self. Finally, give up God. Find God in rhododendrons and in rocks. Passers-by, your cat. Share your beliefs, your absolutes. Make it simple, make it clean. No carry-on luggage allowed. Examine all you have with a loving and critical eye, then throw away some more. Repeat, repeat. Keep this and only this. What your heart beats loudly for, what feels heavy and full in your gut. There will be only one or two things that you will keep, and they will fit lightly in your pocket. Let us begin settling into the body, settling into the chair, settling into the room. You may choose to close your eyes or maybe choose a lowered gaze, softly gazing at the floor. Simply place your awareness on how your body is relative to this room, wherever you are. Notice where your feet lie. How do they rest on the ground? Maybe wiggle your toes. Find a bit more contact. Let them rest heavy. Invite a bit more relaxation. And then sweeping your awareness up into the legs. Noticing the weight of your thighs against your chair. Noticing how where you sit holds you so well. Feeling the contact points between your body and the earth. Bringing awareness to the spine. Inviting a bit of readjustment if you need. Holding this posture in a balance of ease and erectness. Lifting the chest, opening the shoulders. Inviting 10% more ease into the torso. Sitting with dignity. Finding a resting place for the head. Maybe tilting the chin just a bit more. Cradling the head into the spine. Now refining your awareness of your body to the places where you may be holding a bit of tension. Noticing the jaw, how a slight wiggle or opening of the mouth can ease the tension. Breathing into a release. Noticing the tongue. Is there a way to invite a bit more ease into softening your tongue, letting it rest lightly just behind the teeth, on the top of the palate? inviting awareness to the eye sockets, allowing greater rest to come into your eyeballs, bringing awareness to the hands, maybe clasping, grasping, and releasing, wiggling fingers, softening the palms, and letting them drape gently over the thighs or wherever they rest softly now. Welcome, body. Loving the body and the gift it's giving you in this moment. Thank you, body, for making this choice. Now bringing attention to the breath, noticing how sweetly it sweeps through the lungs. Where do you place your attention in your breath? Noticing the breath as it sweeps into the nostrils, maybe noticing the temperature of that, allowing the breath to sweep in, sweep out, welcoming the breath in its own pace. And as we begin to bring our attention more fully into the breath, allowing our attention to ride this wave of in and out, noticing how it sweeps through our body, past the nostrils, into the throat, sweeping into the lungs. noticing the gentle flow in and out. Nothing to do, nothing to decide, simply allowing. As we deepen into stillness, refining our attention, breath moves in, breath moves out. As we deepen into stillness, what sensations arise? Noticing heartbeat, each moment of awareness is a moment of mindfulness. Welcome the sensation. And now, turning attention to the heart, noticing how it's with us in each moment. Heartbeat, announcing its presence. The sensation of love coursing through our bodies. Maybe noticing as you turn your attention towards your chest, how sensations change. Bringing awareness to how our attention, how our focus changes our experience. How our awareness can be an invitation to a new way of being in each moment. And while placing attention on the heart, inviting each breath to soften, breathing in Soften just a bit more. Breathing out, allowing the breath to soften what's in our hearts, inviting just a bit more ease, just a bit more warmth. Returning the attention to the heart, the chest, maybe placing the hand on the chest, a way to deepen the focus, sensing any part of what might be accessible of loving kindness. Resting the hand with kindness on the loving heart. Noticing how attention changes our experience, deepening the awareness, amplifying. What is your experience now? Bringing awareness again and again back to this moment and seeing how a beating heart is the body loving itself. Noticing how awareness can be the spirit loving itself. And returning to the anchor of breath if you choose. Knowing each moment is perfect. Now bringing awareness to this loving kindness that we cultivate, how it amplifies what we experience in our own awareness, and how we can choose to share that beyond our own experience. Can we extend that to one other person, one other thing? Noticing how, when we come in contact with the other, it can amplify and expand. In this way, we choose to grow love. In the fullness of this moment, how is your practice meeting your intention? What is it that you are growing in your life in this moment? In your awareness of this present moment, can you sense the others that are connected with you right now? How is your choice to practice this breath in this community, growing what you love? In these final minutes, extending this sensation of loving kindness beyond ourselves, bringing awareness to your experience now, awareness of any benefits that may have arisen from this practice. And if you choose, dedicating the benefits of this practice, the merits of this practice to yourself and the well being of all others. And returning awareness to your surroundings, deepening the breath, maybe opening your eyes, becoming more aware, being in the company of others, sharing your practice, maybe bringing your awareness to the faces, share the screen with you, extending love to them as they have done to you. Share the last few lines of that poem. Examine all you have with a loving and critical eye, then throw away some more. Repeat, repeat. Keep this and only this, what your heart beats loudly for, what feels heavy and full in your gut. There will only be one or two things that you keep, and they will fit lightly in your pocket. May we carry our love lightly today. May we remember what our heart is meant to do and how we can share it with ourselves and others. I am moved by your practice. I'm grateful to see the sweetness on your faces. I feel grateful to be reminded of our humanity. Thank you for this gift today, everyone. May you be so well.